Imagine living a life where every step forward feels uncertain, where doubt whispers in your ear, and fear casts its shadow on every decision. In today's hurried world, these emotions often crowd our thoughts, leaving us paralyzed, unable to move, and always questioning if we're enough. But what if I told you that the answers we desperately seek are not new? That the guidance we long for isn't hidden in tomorrow's inventions, but rather in age-old truths passed down for centuries? What if the wisdom of the ancients still speaks to us, waiting patiently to be heard? Join me on a journey into the past, where stories weren't just entertainment, but survival, where fables weren't just for children, but for entire civilizations to reflect on their choices. Because sometimes the oldest stories can hold the newest solutions to life's greatest challenges. Centuries ago, in ancient Greece, there lived a man named Aesop. Though little is known about him, his voice still echoes across time through the fables he told. These weren't ordinary tales. They were mirrors, reflections of the human heart, the struggles of ambition, pride, fear, and courage. They were stories simple enough for a child to understand, yet profound enough to guide kings. And today, as we wrestle with doubt and fear, Aesop's words remain as relevant as ever. Consider the fable of the lion and the mouse. A mighty lion, feared by all, finds himself trapped in a hunter's net. His roars shake the earth, but his strength cannot set him free. Just when all seems lost, a small mouse, the very creature the lion once dismissed as weak and insignificant, comes to his aid. With sharp little teeth and determined effort, the mouse gnaws at the ropes until the lion is free. At first glance, this is just a simple tale of kindness returned. But pause for a moment and you'll see a deeper lesson. Strength isn't always about size, and power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it arrives in unexpected forms. And isn't that exactly what life teaches us? That our fears often feel like nets, impossible to escape. That our doubts roar like lions, convincing us there's no way out. Yet within us, often hidden in the quiet corners of our souls, lies the mouse, the small, determined, often overlooked strength that can cut through fear and set us free. Think about it. How many times in your own life have you underestimated yourself? How often have you believed that your small efforts wouldn't matter? Yet just like the mouse, it is in the smallest acts of courage that great victories are won. Doubt and fear are universal. They've haunted every generation. They've silenced dreams, destroyed relationships, and held back countless lives. But when we look at ancient wisdom, we see that humanity has always battled these same enemies and has always found ways to overcome them. I know this not just because history says so, but because I've lived it. When I first embraced Aesop's teachings, my struggles didn't vanish, but they changed shape. They no longer felt like immovable walls. They became puzzles, pieces waiting to be fit together. Suddenly, setbacks weren't failures. They were lessons, opportunities to see hidden strengths, to uncover the mouse within the lion's cage of my heart. Imagine that moment when you realize fear is not a prison. It is a teacher. That doubt is not your enemy. It is a guide, pointing toward the very place you must grow. That breakthrough, that revelation, feels like stepping into the light after years in the dark. And here's the truth. These stories are not locked away in the past. They live in you. They live in every challenge you face, every moment you choose courage over fear, kindness over pride, humility over arrogance. When you let go of fear and embrace wisdom, you step into a cycle of unending growth. Because wisdom is not a destination. It is a journey. And these ancient tales, they are roadmaps. They remind us that no matter how hurried, how noisy, or how uncertain the world becomes, the answers have always been here. So, as you carry this story with you, ask yourself, what fears are holding you back? What doubts whisper too loudly in your ear? And what small strength within you, like the mouse in Aesop's fable, might be waiting to set you free? These stories are not entertainment alone. They are tools, they are keys. They are living reminders that within the weight of every challenge lies the seed of strength, waiting to grow. So I invite you, seek more of these stories. Let them light your path. Let them whisper courage when fear shouts too loudly. Let them remind you of the timeless truth that the greatest power is not in conquering others, but in conquering yourself. Until our next journey together, keep searching for your story,